Siren sounds, and we are underway here for the start of the second half. It's going to be Gillard. It's going to be up against Fleming, and it's Gillard that gets the tap and looks to rove his own footy. He was trying to get it back to Tad. It didn't quite get to him on the full. Umpire will call for a ball up.
And once again, we see Sirianni hanging around with McAfee, so that looks like that's going to be the tag for the rest of the game.
We go again. It's again Gillard straight to Tad. That kicks a bouncing ball through the middle. It works for Murphy, who gets boots the ball quickly himself, and then that's going to be cut off by Tad. So a bit of kick to kick between the two. We'll see Tad regain the football. He's going to go through the middle. He finds Lee Judd, and then he's going to switch this one, and a good one for Racklin, who grabs it on the second attempt. It was probably lucky not to take another step because Murphy was all over him. Racklin with a high kick now to the top of the goal square, and it's going to be rushed through. A couple of Turtles making sure of that fact.
Yeah, I've normally seen him kick from about 30 or 40, but he's got a decent hoof on him, Racklin. That was about a 60-plus metre kick there.
So 3-9 now, plays 5-2 in favour of the Turtles. It's a 5-point lead, a minute into the third term. And speaking of long kicks, it's in a man that knows how to do just that. Liam Rushton, the coach, who I'm expecting to take most of the kickouts now for Old Eltham Collegians because he's gotten that one all the way to the middle. Good spot for McAfee. Was he pushed out of it? Umpire says no. Picked up by Gleeson now. He's going to go towards half forward with this kick, and standing under it bravely and taking a good mark is Lucas Aquilina. So Aquilina just assesses his options, decides to chip this one towards the pocket. It's all for Timothy Ellis though, and he takes the simple intercept. Another one to add to his many that he's taken throughout the year.
Yeah, and that was like a kick-to-kick type intercept. It wasn't even anywhere near an Epping player, unfortunately, for Aquilina.
So Rowe's going to switch this one here to Rushton, the coach. He wants to get the switch complete as he goes towards the broadcast side. Good punch there from Waldron. It's going to land, however, for Moroney, who takes some time to assess. That one's a poor kick straight to Wilkins, and then he'll go inboard to Tad. Tad's defensive side of centre square. Has some options towards the pavilion side. Chips it, barely 15 to Wilkins. Wilkins wants to go through the middle. That's gone straight to Brent McAfee. They want to get things moving, but he hasn't got many options. Called to play on after stepping off his line. Hands it over to Robertson. He goes short now to Gill. Gill switches around quickly to centre half forward, and a good mark.
Just outside range.
Murphy. Going to play on towards the pocket. Keys and Malone are targets. They both flew for the same footy. None of them taking the grab. And then Cox tackles Judd over the line.
And Old Eltham were able to create that inside 50 because they know Epping want to use the centre of that ground. So they flooded the centre of the ground with numbers and were able to force that turnover. And now they've relished that opportunity with an inside 50.
Boundary throw in. Rucks go at it. Gillard getting the tap. Gleeson under pressure. Just happy to hover over the footy for now. Umpire says, give it to me.
But personally, for the actual aesthetics of the game, I'd like to see Epping continue to try and nail that corridor kick. It makes for an interesting spectacle.
Boundary throwing again. Gillard, almost a clearing kick there for the Blues. It was smothered, and we'll go again.
Yeah, and further to that, that's what Epping really need to do. They don't want to make it a tough inside struggle.
So the ball gets tossed up. Gillard again. That ball not going anywhere. We'll go again.
Yeah, certainly you've got to say Epping's passages of play have looked best in transition.
Keys out of the ruck's going to snap towards goal. Very high kick, and it's true. No, it's been touched as the ball went through. Definitely found its way between the big sticks, but it was a touched ball, said the umpire, so it's going to be a behind, and the margin's now one straight kick again. 5-3 plays 3-9.
Surely it was touched at the
must have been
at the other end because it went through goalpost high almost.
Wilkins will clear things now for the Blues. He's going to send it towards centre wing pavilion side. Aquilina, great hands now to Taylor, who just gets boots a ball. That was a clever kick there to Lee Judd, who's forward of centre. Judd goes back on his mark, lets the numbers arrive, although the Turtles have been able to flood defensive 50. Gets it over to Aquilina, who just hovers. Outside attacking 50 for the Blues. Aquilina is going to center this ball. It favours the Turtles, who have the numbers here, but the man in front taking a great mark is Epping. And it could be James Tad, I think, that might have the footy. It is James Tad.
Yeah, and more an inside mid than a marking forward, but Lucas Aquilina, he's missed a shot at goal. He's had a terrible inside 50 kick a little while ago. And that one there looked like it was going to be an intercept mark, but Tad did great to get in there and take the mark.
Tad from 35 metres out, and that's a great kick and a great goal. Tad, with his 9th major of the season, levels the scores at Laylaw Reserve. 5-3, 33, 4-9, 33, 5.5 gone, third term, and that's going to boost the confidence of the Blues, Tim, when they start kicking accurately like that.
It certainly is, and I think James Tad is probably one who we can see a bit more of in this second half. Was a little quiet in that first half, and it's a really important goal, especially from someone who doesn't necessarily hit the scoreboard that often. That's just his 28th senior goal from 117 senior matches.
Back in the middle then, it's going to be Gillard, who's had a great day out in the ruck. Judd tries to push that one forward. Aquilina involved again. Judd read the tap beautifully. 70 out from goal. He's got Racklin, got a hand onto it. LaRossi trying to back up. Racklin's there again, so is our Fonzie. Kavanagh able to settle things for the Turtles. Gets it over to Russian McCoach.
Now you feel like this is Epping's moment. They've got a bit of momentum. They've drawn level on the scoreboard. You feel like in this next 10 minutes they could possibly really put the foot down. It's up to the Turtles to hang in there and not let that happen.
This is Gill. The wind now starting to pick up a little bit more. Gill with a very, very high ball. Conway in there, so is Fleming. Cleared away by Gleeson instead, but that's cut off immediately. And it's going to be Robertson. No, in fact, Gavalucci. It's got the short ball over, and now Gill again. Goes inboard, and Russian McCoach. He's got Johnston on his own in the centre square if he wants to use him. Still can. But Russian McCoach, he's got a big kick, although he goes a bit short on that occasion. Great spoil coming there, I think it was from Tad. Middleton, can he keep that ball in play? No, it's going to come off the foot, actually. And will work in the favour of Old Eltham Collegian. So Russian McCoach with the ball back in his hand again. Unsure of what to do. Defensive side of the wing. Pavilion side drives this towards half forward. Gleeson had more time than he thought. McCaffer picking up the crumbs. Snaps around with the right boot. Chance here for Malone. Came off his chest. Bouncing ball towards the goal line. The Blues will be happy to concede.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. Got a fist in there, but that was good work.
Epping want to move it quickly now to Wilkins, who exits defensive 50. They go towards the broadcast side. It's a 2-on-2. Alice is going to get here first. Has assistance in Murphy. Handball didn't quite get to him. Trying to assist as well. He's Fleming. Waldron picks it up instead, and he's caught high. Waldron will reset at halfback for Epping. He's got a couple of options.
Yeah, lucky in a way to get that free kick because it was a poor tackle, but he was the one that really put his heart and soul into getting the ball, so he sort of, in a sense, deserved that luck.
Wilkins, it's the Turtles that lead now by a point. 8 minutes gone, third term. Wilkins has no choice but to go back to Gleeson. And they'll start the switch here. Conway. Now they'll go to the Pavilion side. That's a very dangerous kick. Turtles everywhere. That ball hits the deck and works in favour of Epping, however. And they're able to push things forward. This is Latina now. Goes towards half forward. Bounces okay for Aquilina, then off the knee. And we'll have a boundary thrown between wing and half forward for the Blues.
And it looks like Epping are continuing to be brave or risky, whichever you want to call it. Maybe that's what the coach is saying, is to go for those things. Makes for an entertaining game.
Epping another clearance with this boundary throwing. They go inside 50. Alice again. Superb in defence, and that kick's okay to Murphy. Still in defensive 50 though, Old Eltham. Murphy not sure where to go with the kick. Umpire tells him to move it along. Broadcast side's the target. He's got McCaffer. He's got Burns. Goes over the head of all three. Chance now here for Wilkins. Got the handball away. Here's Conway. Can he get rid of the Burns tackle? He did. Handball though straight to Cardasano, who couldn't pick it up cleanly in his own right. Conway came in high. But it's a free kick to Epping. Here's Seb Latina. Latina's going to get this one. That's a hard one for Waldron to get to, but he did really well to get the front spot. But can he get the handball away? He did eventually, and now Middleton streaming in. 45 out from goal is Middleton, and he's going to miss to the right.
Not the desired result, but again, good transfer, good quick handballs by Epping from player to player. When they do that, they look good.
5-4 plays 4-10, scores level again in this elimination final. But Epping look the better side at the moment, Tim.
Yeah, they certainly do, and Old Eltham just need to find a way to turn the momentum in this third quarter because Epping really have been the better side.
Maroney now with the kick out. At the back of the pack is Gleeson, who will send it straight back in, although that kick was smothered and it was a bounce that was awkward for LaRossi, but a clever handball to Alfonsi, who's missed again. Another golden opportunity squandered for the Blues. And they are now 4-11-35. Old Eltham 5-4-34. 10.5 gone. That would have been a perfect goal.
Absolutely, and that's the third shot that Alfonsi's had in this match. And just for the one goal, but you feel like he's could have easily had 3 from the chances he's had.
Russian McCoach clears that one away, all the way to centre wing. It's won again, back by Epping, although Hollow's handball was intercepted. Now it's the Turtles' chance. Cardasano to Alice. Good kick now for Gill. Gill still too far out from home. He's got Malone on the lead. It just bounced in front of him. Couldn't take it on the full. Did Kieran Malone. Giving him lots of pressure is O'Kearney for Epping. Does that ball spill away? Umpire says, I'll take it, thank you. 35 out from the Turtles' goal.
And it's been really hard work. The Epping defence has been great this term in being able to do just that, to clog things up when the ball comes in.
Olivo, great hands, and it's cleared now again by Epping. Bouncing ball now. LaRossi trying to get there first, and the boundary line wins again.
Yeah, the Blues really have done well this quarter. Just to force Old Eltham wide, they really haven't had any clear-cut chances to transition the football. So really good stuff so far in this quarter from the Blues.
Bought it in the ruck, couldn't get the hit out. It goes to Hoare, handball to Waldron in the middle of the ground. Got spit the ball now, downfield.
Well, that's 2 downfield.
And they're going to take advantage. It's going to be Racklin who runs into the open goal. And Epping, he's missed! Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
I cannot believe he was point blank range and he has cannoned it into the left goalpost. Well, if that is not a sign of how Epping have been today.
He turned around to give it to the crowd as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's going to go on all the worst kind of highlight reels.
4-12-36 to Old Eltham, 5-4-34. That is incredible how he has missed that. Hopefully not a sign of things to come if you're an Epping fan listening.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the ball's at centre wing pavilion side and the mark taken by Fitzgerald. He wants to go inboard with a dangerous kick and it finds Russian McCoach. He's in the middle of Layla Reserve. Big kick here. Usually take 2 kicks to get to the top of the goal square. He can get there with 1. Spears this one now towards the pocket into a field of space. Didn't bounce well from McCaffer. Will be cleared by Tad, although not too efficiently. Trickles towards the boundary line. Almost a mark taken. We'll have a boundary throwing.
Yeah, now the question is, will that cost them the game? It's been very tight. There's only been a kick in it for about the last 20 minutes of play or so. And we'll just have to see how that plays out. And also what Racklin does next time as it goes in there.
So it's going to be a chance there. Cleary getting the tap. Spills away now. Latina can get the space he wanted to. Ball spills now. Vidanopoulos lost the footy. Umpire lets it go. Murphy. He's under pressure. This time they'll pin him.
And
Epping
right
wins
in
it
front
back.
of the Epping crowd, who give a raucous cheer when the free finally comes.
The Blues want to move quickly, and then Tad's run down. Oh, it's all happening now. The third quarter's definitely risen, and then that kick smothered by Maroney. No one able to get a clean look at the moment. It's carnage at Layla Reserve.
An absolute comedy of errors, but also a great smother there by the Epping player.
Oh, boy.
Now it's certainly got that elimination final vibe.
Tap now here. The ruck contest, that's going to be won here by Cleary. Wins a free kick for an infringement. Cleary wastes no time. He's got Keys on the lead, and he drops the mark. Still a chance here, though, for Old Eltham. Umpire said it was a push in the back anyway. That will work in favour of Matthew Keys. And he'll regain possession of the footy and kick from about 45 from goal.
Yeah, he's a big kick, Keys. He'll easily have this distance. It's just a matter of accuracy. And he's got the chance, about a 45-50 degree angle maybe, to put his team back in front.
So Matthew Keys then, just his 11th game of the season. Only 5 goals this year. That one going across the face and will just register a behind. So 5-5-35 Old Eltham, Epping a 4-12-36. 14 and a half minutes gone, third quarter.
And I think Daniel Racklin just breathed a sigh of relief when that one didn't go through the other way.
Oh, he's got plenty of time to redeem himself. He's a fantastic young kid and he's already been able to kick one today, so he knows how to find them. Conway, though, in the back pocket is giving that one straight to Ben Gill, who swings around and makes no mistake. There's a man that knows how to find the big sticks, Benjamin Gill. And he puts the Turtles back in front with that goal, his first of the afternoon. They're 6-5-41, Old Eltham. Epping a 4-12-36, and it looks like mistakes are painting the tail of this game, Tim.
It certainly is, but if you're Epping, clear aheads have to prevail now. They've got to just really focus in, not look too much in the past at mistakes that have happened through this quarter, because easily now the intensity's gone up. Old Eltham could find the momentum, so this centre bounce is really important.
5 points the difference. Cleary getting a tap there. Gillard over to Judd. He can make things happen. Gets it over to Tad. Kick inside 50 is great to Alfonsi. And Alfonsi's going to go back and have a look for goal.
Yeah, it'd be about 40 to 45 out when he kicks. And just as Tim said, it's really up to Epping. They did exactly, it was almost like Tim was their coach. They got the ball out, a good chain of handballs, a good kick. Exactly the sort of thing they need to respond to that last error, which led to the goal.
1-3, Tim, today?
Yep.
He's almost directly in front, but he'll kick from about 40 metres out, no more. Alfonsi comes in to restore Epping's leads. It's snuck home. It has snuck home only just, but it doesn't matter how they go through for the Blues. Alfonsi with the immediate response. He kicks his second. And the Blues are 5-12-42. Old Eltham are 6-5-41. 16 and a half minutes gone third quarter.
Now, if you're having a bet at the races, it doesn't matter if you win by 10 lengths or a short half head, you still get the cash. That was Alfonsi's situation there. Big relief for him because he's missed a couple of gettable ones today. And also after the last error by Racklin, that sort of settled things down for Epping.
So Blues back in front. This has been a great third term at the moment. Here's Russian McCoach in the middle of the ground. Can he get the handball away? Almost stolen off him by Henwood. Instead, umpire says
ball up. Now, Rustin McCoach has been almost primarily a defender, but he's been moved into the midfield at times as well this year to good effect.
Here's the clearance from Malone, who's also moved into the midfield. He's going to win the ball back after it was ricocheted. Delayed the kick just enough to get it to Milne. Milne's at half forward. He's got a space in front of him. He opts to go for the kick towards the pocket. Gill's the deepest man there. Umpire says, I'll have it, thanks.
Milne just outside 50. Maybe could have run on and had a ping himself. He's a beautiful kick for goal. But at least they've still got the ball in there. They've got a chance.
He may not have realised how much space he actually ended up having in front of him. But instead, we'll have a boundary throw-in. We're deep inside 50 for Old Eltham Collegians. Keys has opted to, it was a short boundary throw-in, and he's decided to go and kick that one off the ground, but so much so that it's gone all the way out of bounds on the full, almost to the houses of the back fences here, but
I reckon he could have tried that 1,000 times and 1,000 would have ended up over that back fence.
So it's going to be Gleeson now that will...
It would have definitely made the hole. I really had it gone through for a goal, but unfortunately for him.
At any level.
Gleeson, just in the field of play, he's able to mark Gillard.
If he'd missed that totally, I think that would have gone out on the full. So good work by Gleeson.
Gillard now, he's got Judd here that can go. Leap from Judd, doesn't take the mark though. Going in hard as well was Cleary. Henwood lost the footy. Waldron lost the footy, then won the footy back. Can't get it out. Holding the ball is the call.
A little bit unlucky there, Waldron, because he did get the handball out at the end, but...
Cleary plays on, sends it inside 50. Great intercept from Taylor. And we've seen that a few times already today. He's quick to get it off to Gleeson. Gleeson with the right boot towards the pavilion side. Goes over the head of the pack. Can Epping push this forward? They can. Still a chance here for the Blues. Olivo now to Judd. Handball receives a good one. They get it towards half forward. The opportunity now presents itself for Epping. It's Waldron. He goes to Racklin. And a great lead from Racklin. We'll see him go back and look to get his second of the match as we tick towards time on. He's side lead by a point.
Well, talk about an opportunity for redemption here for Racklin. The 19-year-old. He's a great set shot at goal. He scored one in the first half, and he'll be about a similar distance at the direct opposite side of the ground.
40-degree angle, I would argue. He's going to kick from about 40 metres out. Daniel Racklin, who has kicked 37 goals now this season, including one today, to make it a 7-point lead for Epping, the biggest lead they would have in the match so far. Racklin called to play on. He's taken too long. Is that going to bother him? It may have, because he's missed to the right-hand side.
I don't think I've actually ever seen that in Div 3. All my years in Div 3.
No, I'm surprised, to be honest, as well. But anyway, 5-13-43 to 6-5-41 in favour of the Epping Footy Netball Club. And he's Russian McCoach. Plays on. Booming torpedo kick towards the middle of the ground. A couple of Blues players flew, but Murphy wins the footy and gets it towards centre half forward and running back with the flight. And taking the mark is O'Kearney. He's going to switch it now to Waldron. That's not going to bounce well for him, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I still think Epping look the more dangerous. They're transferring the ball a bit better. They're getting the overlap handball going, and it's just a matter whether they can put the score on the board at the end to make use of this while they're doing it.
Boundary throw-in then between wing and half forward here for Epping. Tap coming this time from Gillard. And that ball not going anywhere. Umpire says I'll have it.
An option that the Turtles would have is to put Milne forward as a small forward. I know they've played him in the midfield a lot, but he's a very dangerous goal kicker.
Tap again from Gillard. He's McCaffrey, who's had a bit of a quieter third term. But he's able to win this clearance on this occasion. But it's a very, very high ball. Tough one to get to for, on that occasion, Fleming. But he does win the free for pushing the back. So Fleming opts to just send this one deep. Malone's going to have to fly from a couple back. He did get a little leap, but he didn't take the mark. Conway to Gleeson. Gleeson will clear his lines, but it goes straight to Matty Keys. Keys called to play on, runs around. This time he goes more central with his kick. Epping players fly, so do a few Turtles. It's a kick towards goal, but it's too wide and it's out of bounds on the full.
And it went almost exactly the same area that Matthew Keys did, except not 10 rows back into the stands, but just barely over the boundary line. Gleeson. The Turtles need to make use of this time in forward 50. They need to be able to score out of it. But first they need to be able to get the ball back, of course.
Gleeson chips it to Wilkins, who will go to Conway, who will play on and opt to go towards the pavilion side. Aquilina trying to fly, but out the back it works here for Epping, who can send this towards the forward half. Judd again tries to go for a bit of a specky. Didn't get anywhere near it in that occasion. Ball hits the deck, and then the numbers arrive for both teams. Love a ball up. We've had a few attempts for the big fly. We haven't had it come off yet. I'm sure we'll get one at some point.
We do have a few players from both teams who can take speckies.
Absolutely.
Matthew Keys, Daniel Reichland, two, just to name two.
Ball gets tossed back up, and it's going to be Epping at the back of the pack, who tried to drive it forward. Middleton had nowhere to go and was just have to absorb the tackle. Byers happy to get things going again quickly. No ruckman getting the tap on this occasion. Gillard over to Waldron. Bouncing ball inside 50. LaRossi. Handball out. It bounces for Latina. Can he shrug the tackle? He can. Gets boot to ball. There's Latina. And there's the one they were looking for. Sebastian Latina gets on the board, and Epping's lead has drifted out to 8 points. 6-13-49 the Blues. The Turtles are 6-5-41. 23.5 gone. Third term, and Tim, that could prove to be a vital one.
Absolutely. That's such an important goal. Latina just being able to shrug the tackle and finish so clinically, especially when it felt like it was a period of a few minutes where there was a little bit of a lull. Neither side really able to get on top of each other. But that breaks things up for Epping, and that's so important now, almost at the 24th minute mark of this third quarter.
1-3 in favour of the Blues in this third term. Rucks go at it again. It lands for Malone. He just got his handball away, trying to run onto it is Cox. Bounced well for him. Enters the 50. Cox sets sail for home and gets the immediate response for the Turtles. That was a very quick response indeed. Cox has a second goal, and it's back to 2 points. 6-13 plays 7-5, 24.5 goals.
Well, that was a great goal by Cox, because not only the pressure of the game, but also the fact that, it was an answering goal, and he was running inside 50, but it wasn't an easy kicker either. So fantastic work for Cox. Looks like we're in for an absolute thriller here today.
Second time this season, he's kicked multiple goals. as Ben Cox, and that one coming at a vital time. Second one in his last 3 games, in fact. Did so against Heidelberg West in the penultimate round of the season. Back in the middle, it's Keys doing the ruck work, and he's quick to lay to tackle. The ball this time, though, spills out. O'Kearney trying to do his best work in the middle as well. Olivo got it over to Latina. He bursts away from the stoppage. Towards half forward he goes, and it's the punch from McDonald, although didn't get much connection away from LaRossi, who's trying his absolute hardest to get out of the tackle, but he can't.
Yeah. Seb Latina looks like he could be the difference. If he can get his hands on the ball, he's a very dangerous player.
Borden doing the ruck work. It's Middleton. Can he shrug the tackle? Just got the handball away. Umpire said not in enough time, though. And it's going to go all the way back to Russian McCoach. 25 and a half gone. 2 points the difference in favour of the Blues. So Russian McCoach, the standing captain who's led beautifully all year, just 24 years of age. Short one to Milne. Milne's just going to run down the clock here. Wouldn't be too much longer to go, you would think. Milne. High ball down the line. Pavilion side. Keys in front. Punch coming from behind by Borden. Chance here now for the Turtles. The bouncing ball towards half forward. Will be picked up here by the Blues. They might opt to go through the corridor here. Looping handball for Wilkins. Clever tap to Waldron, who got the bounce he wanted. Waldron now inside 50. Tough one for Racklin. He's going to get to this footy first if it bounces for him. Has to go back to Judd, who spent it before he earned it. Judd has to leave that one and go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. And we're between wing and half forward for the Blues.
Oh, yeah, exactly the right thing by Racklin there, but unfortunately it just didn't. Judd wasn't able to grab the ball and make use of it.
Boundary throw in then. Borden getting the tap. Robertson almost getting there. So too is Sirianni. Judd at the bottom of the pack. Had nowhere to go. Aquilina in there as well. Milne. McCaffar. Got rid of an opponent well, and then he just drives that one away. He's got a couple of options. Gleeson takes the mark. Opts to go quickly now. There's Gleeson. Gets past Gill. Gleeson inside 50 with the kick. Almost a mark by Milne. Dropped it, though, at the pivotal time. Judd. High tackle, says the non-officiating umpire. Yeah. And Lee Judd's going to have a shot on goal.
Well, look, from my angle, I thought he got pushed in the back. But the umpire that called it was about 50 metres away. But he'll be about just slightly worse than a 45-degree angle. He's probably got the distance. Not an easy kick. If he can get his side more than a goal up coming to the three-quarter time break, that'd be a huge boost.
In fact, it will be on the three-quarter time siren for the Epping skipper, who's only kicked 6 goals this year. He's been outstanding, one of the most consistent players at this club for the last few years. Can deliver an important goal to send his team into a strong position at three-quarter time. Judd, 45-degree angle, will kick from right on the paint or just inside 50. Judd comes in with a beautiful goal. And that is an important one for Epping as they look to advance into the semi-final next week. They're going to take an 8-point advantage into three-quarter time. Epping 7-13-55. Old Eltham Collegians 7-5-47. A 4-goal third term from the Blues.